Good evening, sports fans, on this late Wednesday, October 12th, 2016. Peter Wiggins here. Time now for Sports Bar with this late Wednesday. Starting off with a couple of NHL scores in the NHL regular season debut. And through two periods out in Chicago Blackhawks, St. Louis Blues started 2-2 apiece. And Ottawa Senators beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-4 in overtime despite the Toronto Maple Leafs Austin Matthews 4 goals in his rookie debut. And at 10 o'clock, battle in Alberta between Calgary and Edmonton up in Edmonton. And at 10:30 p.m., battle in California, LA Kings, San Jose Sharks. And college football scores in the third quarter. It is Appalachian State 24, Louisiana Lafayette 0. Look at some sports news on this late Wednesday night. Ronda Rousey will make her long way to return to Young to the God at UFC 207, although she no longer carries the UFC belt. Her resume is still among the most impressive out there from a statistical perspective. Denver Broncos quarterback Terry Simeon and quarterback Kayvon Webster as listed questionable for Thursday's board game against the San Diego Chargers. Testing for being treated with depression and having tested positive for cocaine in 2 random drug tests last month vacated WBO and WBA heavyweight title belts on Wednesday night. San Francisco, Bruce Bochy has been off the completely out of exhausted run for all this year. He's 112-hour roof and hit a bump after bump. An offense that appeared so powerful way back in the spring training, regularly falling against the loss of the Cubs. Des Bryant has missed his last 2 games and hopes to practice this week. Andrew Bogut says, turn to the words was easy to forecast long before the summer. Brett Favre has a solution in the Cowboys band and quarterback drama. Tony Romo should request the start in well until Dak Prescott starts to struggle. Alexander Zhukov, head of the Russian Olympic Committee, and will step down 2 years before its term expires. Houston Rockets guard Bobby Brown apologized after being heavily criticized online for writing his name in chocolate on Great Wall of China. Indianapolis Colts just can't seem to protect their franchise quarterback properly, but he asked Eric Dulak he's not going to report to the offensive line for being sacked leading 20 times. USA sells withdrawal New Zealand watch for 1-1. If the Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton wants to get healthy in the NFL, reigning offense MVP cannot find a better tonic than the New Orleans Saints defense. Washington Nationals pitcher Joe Rouse after Adrian Gonzalez running bases hit a 2-run homer off the Monday as the Dodgers, even in the team's National League Divisional Series with a Game 4 win as National Open and Washington World Series drought dating back to 1924. Cleveland Corey Kluber is back to the top, and Indians making it up as a goal rotation. Cleveland started 8th in Game 1 of an ALCS against the Toronto Blue Jays, winning the fierce Southerners Indians manager Trey Francona said. Tom Brady refused to answer questions regarding Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump in press conference on Wednesday. In Braille out, Cleveland Browns coach Hugh Jackson defended and announced that Braille coach Art Barnes would work with the team. Barnes was fired by the school and made him in a sexual assault scandal involving several former football players. Green Bay Packers are scheduled to start the game at 1 p.m. But the league appeared to see a matchup with a 4-1 Falcons have been worthy of a few more eyeballs. And that's going to be it for Sports Run-Up on this late Wednesday night, October 12th, 2016. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.